Oh,
seriously?
no,
That's fan? Oh, let me
Hey,
get.
yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
That's right. It's the first, the one and only NFL Roundtable Talks hosted by Huddle Sports Network and my channel, KCB Sports Network. How's everybody doing tonight? I got a slew of guests flying in. Chicken Nugget, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? How we feeling, man? KCB in the building, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you out there in viewer world, TV land that is? And let's get this party rocking.
Will Vogel, the Panthers and Lions fan.
What up, everybody? Hope everyone's
allowed to
well.
mistake.
Welcome to the show. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Comment. We'd love to hear from you. Feel better.
Hey, Nick, I hear you there. I've been coughing a lot for 3 days. I'm finally coughing less. I took a Halls. The coughing stopped. And I wasn't even at a funeral. Jamie, how's everything up there in Bill's Land?
Rock and stop.
It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I just wrote an article about how I think the three linebackers, the two that of the three I wrote, the two I think we should wait until after the draft, but I wouldn't mind Bobby Okereke before the draft.
That would be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Megan,
we're running that 3-4 multiple different front scheme, which is good.
Megan, how are things up there in Seahawks category?
Absolutely brilliant. We did our first 3-round mock on the NFC West roundtable yesterday. I have opinions, but I'll keep them clean. I have not scouted. I got the questions this morning from you, JB, and was like, oh, jeez, I better have a look. So,
81 more in the Hawks nest will catch up to me.
Yes.
What are you at now?
82.
But yeah, no, doing fine. A bit of a lull, mock drafting. Bring it on.
BA, my brother from another mother. How are things down there near downriver?
What, in Chesterfield, you mean?
Yeah.
Everything is going good here. Fortunately, the Tigers aren't doing very good, but the Pistons are doing awesome.
Go Yankees.
Yeah. And who returned to play tonight?
Cade Cunningham.
They're winning 137 to 109 with 57 seconds left.
They are playing Doc Rivers teams. When Doc Rivers teams play, if they ever played defense, it would be the first time.
Yep.
Dylan, how are things down there in Jacksonville?
Good guys. By the way, I'm in a sale, but I'm like the only Jag fan down here. Everybody else moved here from another state.
Interesting.
So, all right, I'm going to start with the guests that aren't of the Lions fans. I'm going to start with Will. Panthers, what are their needs this draft?
Offensive tackle, safety, defensive tackle, wide receiver, and tight end.
God, you still need wide receivers.
You know what?
You're taking him in the first round 2 years in a row. Xavier Leggett, and now.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but I feel like if we do draft a receiver, he'll be like number 2. I think Leggett's a better 3, and then we can slide Coker to the 4.
I think you're fine with Coker, Tet, and then leaving Leggett as the 3 or the 4. I think you'd be better off to just snag one out of the UDFAs myself.
Yeah,
because
no,
there's a lot of gems from the smaller schools that just don't go drafted.
Yeah, and we'll discuss later what I actually want us to draft, but we'll get to that in a few.
And of course, we got the Bills fan extraordinaire, Jamie Malloy, with the best forehead in football.
Hello.
The only forehead in football. Let's give it its credit.
No, Dylan is giving him a run for his money. If his hairline gets any further back, it'll be bigger.
I still say Jamie's got it, but Dylan very closely second.
Where's LeBron when you need him? We need LeBron, Jamie, and Dylan.
All right. And Megan. How are you, sweetheart?
Jamie didn't go.
Oh,
I was going to say Jamie. We made fun of it and then moved along.
Yeah, that's right. So Jamie.
Great.
Okay, good. What are your needs?
What are one of them is,
for the
like
draft.
I said, is obviously wide receiver. Don't be surprised though, like I said, we could go with a nose tackle in the first round because I think at 26 there's actually, a Caden McDonald or the guy from Georgia we could go for too. I wrote about him. We could go nose tackle in the first, and then maybe a wide receiver with one of our third round picks, or with our third round pick, or we could trade back in the second round, but I don't know if we're going to do that because, like I said, we already gave up a second round pick for DJ Moore, and other than James Cook, Cole Bishop, and Osiris Torres, Brandon Bean does not have a good track record of drafting in the second round. So I would say wide receiver maybe in the third, and then couple depth offensive linemen, and then some safety or a corner and linebackers.
So in other words, you're saying his second round track record is kind of like Brad Holmes. If it wasn't for Branch and Laporta, Brad Holmes would probably be the worst second round draft pick GM in the league.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, Dylan, how are things in Jacksonville?
Good.
Okay.
Good. I mean, it's weird that the Jags haven't really been aggressive in free agency, although we did sign Trayvon Walker. I could see the Jags making a move at defensive back, maybe get a swing tackle, maybe get another defensive lineman, but obviously I don't think the Jags are going to be drafting a quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, but maybe an interior line, but I'm looking at corner and probably defensive line. And we don't have a first-round pick this year, so all second-round pick will be like a first.
Right. All right, Megan.
Well, obviously, Seattle's big one is running back to cover K9, of course. Edge, slightly less to cover Boye Mafe. Corner, and again, I'm joining the wide receiver crew, guard, and possible center. But I think O-line is what we cover. We've only got 4 picks, so we don't need a lot, but I think we're just reinforcing trenches and covering running back.
And welcome to the show, Jordan of Patriots Media. How you doing, brother?
Oh, hey, Jordan. Should I get the Lombardi trophy I've got sitting on?
10 months. Leave them alone.
We got 6 of them already.
Yes.
We already have too much room in our trophy case.
Megan, sit down because he got you.
We
got the one.
What a hell of a jab. What a hell of a jab there.
Gentlemen, we got the ones that every Patriot fan told me they were getting.
Hey,
So
Megan, also sorry, but they did it before it was cool.
I was going to say, they did get the one that you guys should have won the first time.
Yeah, and the 1 yard line will never be mentioned again, will it?
Yes, it will. Still will.
It's always mentioned.
Except now you would tush push that if it was at the 1. Imagine if they did that back. Imagine if they Imagine
all
how
know
cool
who
that would have
this
been if they
is.
pushed that to win the Super Bowl against Brady back in the day. That would have
We
been
all know
cool.
who this is, and we all
Yep,
know what he
yep.
likes to hear when he pops in the show.
Oh, hey, sure. There you go.
So
You
we got
didn't even have to-
Fernando. We got Carlene Calum, Nick Burton, Donna, and Pac Babe. I forgot about Pac Babe. Yoli!
How do you forget Pac Babe, JB? You had one job. Come on, man.
Hey,
And
I caught up to it.
And the Seahawks did too on that 1 yard line.
When was the last time you lifted a Lombardi, Will? Just jog my memory,
We don't need
please.
one. We're too good to have one.
What? Good at
We
lying
don't-
to yourselves. So.
Okay, First Avenger, I'm going to say this. We don't talk politics. We do not trash fan bases. And we do not do personal attacks. If you bring facts, I'm fine. I don't ban people for facts. But make sure your facts are right and they're verified. Because I do Google and spot check all that stuff if you try to say something's a fact.
Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy, unfortunately, both of our teams have never played in the Super Bowl.
There's three.
Shula, it's good to see you, my brother. I'm doing much better. As you can see, the swelling went down. I don't hurt as much. I can almost bite down on the sandwich
I do
again.
want to hear what the Patriots want to draft.
Yeah, now, so Patriots, what are your
Patriots,
needs?
let's go.
Left tackle.
So our really the only thing I know we're for sure drafting is a tight end and a quarterback at some point. Our GM said that they pretty much admitted and said they're drafting a quarterback and a tight end at some point. So we know they're gonna, but I think their first round pick is gonna be probably an edge rusher, probably a pass rusher.
You're either going edge rusher or left tackle, is what I'm hearing. Right
tackle, right tackle.
Oh yeah, well, you got to get rid of T-Rex arms. That's what I'm saying. You know,
Will Campbell's going to be a left tackle. The only reason why we draft a tackle is Moses is like 35 or 36. He's older, so and he's on the 1 year deal. So we need like a future right tackle. We don't have anybody on the team that's younger.
So you
that
can
play
wait to
right
the
tackle.
second or third round and get one. Then is basically what you're saying.
I think it's either Blake Miller or bust pretty much if we're drafting a tackle, or maybe the kid that from Arizona State if he's there too. I don't know how to say that guy's name. Like Anachor. Yeah, the guy that. Yeah, him or Blake Miller, I think, are the two guys that would be in that range. If not, then I think it's probably not going to be addressed this off season. I think edge is more likely though, just because this is a deep class for edge.
Yeah,
like, there's a few guys I like in that range, like Josiah Young.
I love the edge, the linebacker, and the defensive back room as a whole.
Yeah, this is a really good safety class as well. The corners at the top are really good, but there is a drop off after that for me. There's not a lot of big delay.
There's
late round.
The mid to late round guys are all your rank and file, the guys that can fit either dime or nickel slot. There's no real true number ones or twos after you get past the second round of cornerbacks.
Yeah, I like
that's the way I look at it.
Yep.
But the safety room is deep. We're talking you could be 4 rounds deep and possibly pull a starting safety out of it.
Like I see like Bud Clark. He's a guy that I think can start, and he's like a 4th to 5th round guy, and I think he's a starter in the NFL.
Michael Tafe out of Texas is considered a 4th or 5th round guy. Deshaun Singleton is 4th through 6th round. He's another one that's big and fast and could play.
I'll throw a name out for you. This guy is like projected as a 5th round pick, but if you haven't watched them, Jacoby Thomas. That dude reminds me of Sean Taylor.
Yes.
Another guy I like is the converted safety, the one that got too big to play safety, so they moved him to linebacker, but used him as a Viper safety. That Kendall Daniels out of Oklahoma at 6'5" and 242. Love this kid. Safety skills and hits like a linebacker.
Yeah, this is definitely a defensive draft. If you need linebacker, safety, edge.
Not too many starters though. Mostly fillers.
I don't have a super chat
Mhm.
because I haven't hit the 1,000 subscribers. That's when you're able to do the super chats and stuff like that. And I don't even get stars on Facebook because I haven't hit their number yet either. So if you want to donate, it's basically through my PayPal, which is at smokingjeremyb, gmail.com.
How many followers you at now?
I'm at
669.
660. Oh, just went up. 660. It was 668 just before the show. That's awesome.
Oh, there you go. Well done.
So we're almost 700.
Let's go.
Only 500 ahead of me,
Gain one before we got 15 minutes into the show. That's amazing.
Let's go, Jeremy. Put
Let's
the ball
go.
down. That's Joe Brady's
I'll
new
tell you
saying,
what.
put the ball down.
What I will do the same thing at 1,000 that I did. Yes, I can do that for you.
Oh, the truffle shuffle.
No.
Oh,
no,
come
no,
on.
for 500.
Oh, by the way, that's
I
Mike
did for
Vrabel's
500.
new dance, by the way.
I will randomly draw one name out of the hat, and you will receive one of my polos. Brand new.
Oh, nice.
You know, with my logo on it.
Shipping to
That's what I'm going to
Australia
do
doesn't
for when
count,
we hit
Megan.
the 1,000.
No, I was
And
gonna
then
have to link
this year for
Australia.
the pick'ems, you guys
Probably
have
not.
to put your
Probably not.
numbers in the chat each week, so it makes it easier for me to add up. At the end of the season, just like Moonscar Blade just got his Aiden Hutchinson, if you win out of all the fans that watch the show on Wednesday night when we do pick'ems for the total for the year, I will let you pick the jersey you want of your Detroit Lions player.
Oh, I'm on
That's
now.
nice. That's a nice. That's a nice setup.
That's awesome. I'm
I
on
just
now.
figure it's way easier to do that
I'm picking
than anything
B.
else.
That's
I'm
my
on now, the Sun God from USC. Boom.
the best player from USC, not that that
Can I-
boy.
Can I just get a Dan Campbell bobblehead instead?
Fair question.
You just might. You just might.
Hey, it's your discretion, buddy.
Hey,
Hey, it's your choice, isn't it, Jordan?
Doesn't necessarily have to get a jersey, right? You can get
Yeah, we got Maddox back. We got Avante back. Hometown kid. He did good for us last year. So, I mean, it was only right to
The
bring him back for
Lions?
depth purposes. Yeah, for the Lions. Yep.
I'm
You know,
I'm trying to
helped out.
find out that Tufele that we signed. We just signed him 3 hours ago, I guess.
Yeah, not
Oh,
yeah.
hey, Megan, what is your YouTube handle?
YouTube. Now let me check because I just had to change it. Hang on.
I was hoping Dan would come on so we could see him cry when they trade Dexter Lawrence.
Dan
Yeah,
has
Leonard
I
doesn't
will-
come
I
on
will-
that often.
Hang on. I will put mine in the chat because I
Yeah,
just
but
get a
but to my
bobblehead of
understanding,
Mike Vrabel.
but to my understanding is that Dexter Lawrence is worth 30 mil.
Well, yeah, if you
30
look at the
million a
guys
year.
that are getting, I mean, if you look at the guys that are getting paid in that range, Chris Jones is declined and he's getting paid like
Who?
31 million.
Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones.
I mean,
What?
hang on, guys. To answer the question, my link is now in the chat.
Yeah, but that's a
I mean-
one up too. If you're getting 31 mil, that's a one up over him.
Milton Williams is getting paid 26, and I think Dexter Lawrence is better than Milton Williams. So, and Milton Williams is on my team. So,
There
Am
you
I
go,
losing?
Shula. I just
Yeah.
put it in the chat for you.
My link is just in the chat.
And Chris Jones is very valuable to the Chiefs. Very valuable to that Chiefs front line on defense. Very valuable. Chris Jones, too valuable.
yeah, I mean, he's declined a little bit, but that's all most players do when they get older.
I just had to verify that I had it all spelled right. You know how technical all those websites are, where if you don't have the population or the exclamation point or any of that
Or-
stuff in
or
the
the
right
double
spot, it goes
dots
to
or-
somebody else.
Yep. My link's there too, JB, for my new channel. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and she's a big Back to the Future fan.
Yes, got to ride in the DeLorean, as you will see. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that
Who's your
on
guys'
panel?
Who's your guys' ideal pick? Jeremy.
It really depends on who's there. It's BPNA. And I'm going to say that because Brad Holmes has kind of done that with the first pick every year. It's best player of need available. He doesn't always go with what's on the big board for best available. BA knows what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah,
who they have
George
as their
knows.
needs, and who they have as who they want as their best player available.
JS does
And
that too.
so
As Bill Tobin used to say, who in the hell is Mel Kiper?
Yeah, well, Bill Tobin used to say a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
too.
I was
Meg
just
and I subbed you, by the way.
I was asking that question too. Who the hell is Mel Kiper?
The guy that Matt Millen went by religiously for 10 years in the draft.
Hey, Jeremy, do you remember? The 3 consecutive drafts where the Lions took wide receivers in the first round of all of them?
Matt Millen.
That was the Millen era.
That's what we were talking about.
Guess who
Wasn't
one of them
that
turned out to be,
Charles
though?
Rogers, Mike Williams, and then Roy Williams, correct?
Yeah.
And how did that go?
And that's about to be
Chicken Nugget. Who did he draft in 2007 at number 2 overall? Yes, that was him.
Calvin Johnson.
Yep.
That's about
I
to be.
appreciate it, my brother.
That's
about to be.
I'll tell you that though. Millen drafted him.
Shula, I appreciate the donation to the show. Next month's streaming is on him.
Will's Panthers might join that party this year with 3 first-round wide receivers in a row.
We don't go political here. I don't talk about that
No,
stuff.
we don't do political stuff.
This is a sports show.
Talk is football.
Look at where you're from. Freaking Paris is a rat hole now, buddy. So
yeah, I'm going to Paris next year, Jamie. Thanks.
Yeah. I really gotta say this for the matter of. I gotta say this. I gotta say this for the matter of Jeremy B. And even BA is that our needs, honestly, is just offensive tackle and then edge, and then whatever we want, we can go get it in the later rounds, and it could still fit for our team. So we're definitely gonna do some good things.
Hey, Megan, I'll say this: the number one reason I want to visit Australia is to actually see a koala. I don't know if you can tell. All these pictures on the wall are koalas that I've adopted.
Just to let you know,
was the kid?
Hang on, guys. Whoa. I get called a koala because I might be cute and cuddly, but I'm a vicious bitch, like the koala. Hang on, guys. Dylan, sorry. There was a young child who had half their face ripped off by a koala.
Holy crap! The Lions scored 5 runs in an inning.
The Lions.
Tigers.
I mean the Tigers.
Tigers.
McGonigal scored a run.
And they're still losing.
What are my Yankees doing?
Yeah, it's 5-8.
I was gonna say who hit the home run? Aiden Hutchinson.
No, Gary Carpenter.
We're losing, Megan.
Gary Carpenter.
Hey, look.
3-2.
Hey, look. I didn't know Aiden Hutchinson was the designated hitter. I did not know that until now.
Sorry. I got excited because all of a sudden it said Detroit 5. Sorry.
So Dylan, just to let you know, they look cute and cuddly, but they are vicious little bastards. I'm just saying, but you come to Australia and you'll meet them yourself. So
I've seen koalas over on the other coast when I lived here in Florida. I went to the Palm Beach Zoo on my birthday.
Yep.
And those little and luckily the koalas were awake.
Yes, well, that's the other thing. If it's middle of the day, you can watch them from a tree. Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, I think it's either going to be edge or tackle at 17. It really depends on who's there and what the. I just think that's the 2 biggest needs on this team. And the other need is, I think the big need is a starting caliber linebacker.
Take Anzalone's spot.
I thought you had one. Don't you have one?
Yeah, to fit in that Anzalone role.
Campbell, and we have Derek Barnes, but Rodrigo, Nowoski, and all those guys have been rotational. They haven't really been. Rodrigo was a starter his first year, but he kind of fell apart after his injury and became more of a special teams and rotational player. Nowoski has always been a special teams and rotational player who showed up big in some games.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, I got to bring that up. My Michigan Wolverines on Monday night won the national championship in basketball.
And now one of your players is accused of being 35 when he says he's 23.
Oh my God! Hang on, guys.
Stop.
It don't matter.
Little bit of news.
You
Just
can't have 35-years-olds playing in college. That's
he was 35, and where's the proof of that?
Guys.
Nobody has proof of it.
Guys.
I don't want to hear none of that crap.
Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah, that's when they say we cheat too much.
Yeah. Okay. Malachi Lawrence is a very good edge player.
He's in Seattle. He's in Seattle visiting.
Yeah, for your visit. You're right. For one of your 30 visits. Gotcha.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was going to be breaking news.
It is. It's literally happening now, Will. It is literally happening.
Yeah. Sports-wise breaking news.
Was you surprised by the kid they drafted last year?
Talik Williams?
Yeah.
I actually no. I was not one of the ones that was surprised. I was actually happy with it because I understood it. With the Lee McNeil was going to be out till halfway of the season, and we got a rotational player that we signed that we didn't know if he was going to be of starter caliber in Roy Lopez, because BA and I talked about it prior to the draft. I said defensive tackle was still a big need on this team. I just didn't know if it was first round worthy. The guy we wanted was traded up for and selected by the Falcons, and that was James Pierce Jr. And I'm glad we dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and the Pistons won. And now it's 6-8.
James Pierce and Puka have been hanging out too much.
And we just swept the side for the Twins, and they're coming up to bat again in the 8th.
You know, James Pierce became a head case. Trust me. A huge head case.
He became a head case faster than the KB did. It didn't even take Vontez Perfect to make him a head case.
Yeah, and a snap of a finger.
He was a head case in college.
He was always like that. He was like
that's
that
why.
in Tennessee too. Yeah.
That's why everybody was laughing at that trade when they gave up a first-round pick for the Rams, because everybody's like, "Why'd you do that for?" Not only it wasn't a quarterback, it was an edge rusher that had off-the-field concerns.
And that was why it was the debate with the Lions was always James Pierce Jr. or Talik Williams because of his character issues.
And now it's like a trickle-down effect, because do you think the Rams trade for Trent McDuffie if they don't have the extra first? Probably not.
I think they probably still would have, wouldn't they?
Yeah, because Les Mead has said fuck those picks for a long time.
Yeah, but they didn't give up. They gave up. They technically gave up their own, but that's because they had the 13th pick, though.
Right.
If they didn't have that 13th pick from Atlanta, that's their better first round pick. Are they going to give that up for McDuffie now, or are they just going to say, "Hey, we might get a corner anyway"? So it's like a trickle down effect too.
I've got an interesting question for everybody. What is the most fascinating team with outside all teams going in the draft night? Because I think it's the Miami Dolphins with 2 first-round picks, 4 third-round picks. We know Malik Willis doesn't have a wide receiver who wouldn't start on a high school team there. So I have a feeling Miami could be aggressive. Am I crazy?
If they had more actual cap room, maybe.
Yeah. Them and the Jets have a ton of picks.
Yeah, the Jets have so many picks they could pick a whole new offensive team.
If the Jets
have a horrible defense,
I was going to say if the Jets are smart, they build their team this year and then they draft a quarterback next year.
I agree.
That's what I think they're going to do.
For sure, I agree with that one.
Yeah, I think Miami for me is going to be a bit of a loose cannon. Could go either way.
Because
here's what's bad about Miami. For some reason, no matter how bad that team is, they have New England's number one game a year. I don't know why. They could be the most awful team and have the most injuries in the world, and they have that one game where they just come out of nowhere and smoke the Patriots. You know what I'm talking about, Jordan?
Well, no, Jeremy, it's because when they number one.
This past year was the first.
Well, let Jordan answer real quick, and then I'll go to you, Jamie.
Right. This year, I think this year was the first year in like 13 years we swept Miami.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But Jamie, why is that with Miami and New England? I don't get it.
Well, I'll tell you what it is, because Josh Allen had the same problem that Tom Brady had, and what it is especially when they go down to Miami early in the year, Miami's got their field set up where they do this where they have their own sideline in the shade. And the visiting sideline is like 30 degrees hotter than the visiting sideline. Yeah. So a lot of players, the visiting sideline gets overheated on that sideline. And Tom Brady had that problem too as he got older. Josh Allen had the same problem. So they use that as a home field advantage. And it gets so hot on their sideline that they get burned down and tired.
Actually, we play Miami a lot in December. A lot of the time, because it's like usually cold in Foxborough, and then it's like 90 down there. That's why it's a big difference too.
It's usually what's the ratio of wins to losses at the Pats home ground for you guys? Like when you have the home field compared to being in Miami and having, as Jamie said, that disadvantage with the heat and
I don't know the exact answer, but we're definitely better at home. I mean, recently. Yeah. I would say the last 5 years we did get beat. We hadn't beat Tua until last year. Last year was the first year we beat Tua, home or away.
Right. The thing is also when they played in New England, if the temperature was above 40 degrees, Tua's win percentage is 72%. When it's under 40%, his win percentage is less than 20%.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, that would be the Dolphins' percentage in general. That wouldn't be just on.
No, but I mean, it's they're saying since Tua's been there and Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, but it's mostly with Tua at quarterback. To be fair.
Yeah, but still, the team has to win or lose. So it's not Tua winning the game. That's what I'm saying. Judge wins and losses on a quarterback. It's a team.
Miami has a poor outlook as a franchise. They're just being poor. Very diddly poo.
My thing about them is I don't know what they're doing, because like it seems like they're rebuilding, but then they gave Malik Willis like a decent contract for 2 years. So it's like, is he a placeholder? Are they seeing what he has? Like, and then they're going to move from there. Like, what's going on? I don't know.
I think they're doing like what the Jets are doing.
They're going to be sitting and waiting so they can get a lot of that cap space off of their books.
No, exactly. They did what the Jets did with AG. They dumped Rodgers.
But that's the thing is like their GM that came from Green Bay and their coach, they know like, hey, they got their job for the year because they don't have expectations. But my thing is, why do you sign Malik Willis to like what 30-something million? And you're not going to be good for a couple of years. That's what's not making sense to me. Is like they're trying to
3-year deal.
They're tanking, but Malik Willis is under contract while they're tanking.
But
if you're gonna tank, just go all out on tank. Like don't sign a.
But if they're tanking,
you don't have to worry about that because he's got no weapons now.
No, hang on. But my question to you, Jordan, is if they're tanking with Malik, is it to blow everything up, still have Malik for the rebuild? Possibly.
But that's why I'm confused why they signed Willis, because it's like a 2 or 3 year deal. Like why, if it in that 2 or 3 year period they're rebuilding their roster, so why?
Knows them from Green Bay. That's why.
Why not just play? Why not just play the kid from Texas they drafted last year? If you know you're going to suck anyway, just play him, and then you draft
that GM has no connection to you, or he has connections to Willis.
I get that, but you're going to suck anyway. You're going to be bad for 2 years. So what's it matter who you have a quarterback?
Yeah,
why are you paying? Why are you paying a guy $30 million when you're going to be bad?
But it's that Green Bay niche. Okay, it's like that Green Bay chemistry, because those guys came from Green Bay, and when they came from Green Bay, they said, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a chance at Malik Willis, knowing that he had a successful season backing up for Jordan Love. And when he came out there balling hard for Jordan Love, they saw potential in him being the starter. That's what they saw. That's and now like
hang on, Nugget. That doesn't, to Jordan's point, that doesn't justify 30. What was it, 30 mil, Jordan? I think for Will.
You're right. It's not the 30 million. It is the 30 million because they're eating all that dead money with Tua's contract.
Right.
And then worth it, so he's not running away from being destroyed.
And then on top of that, they're paying Malik Willis this money. But it's just for a team that's rebuilding, you would think, okay, we know. You just the thing is confusing. Is like they're not like they're rebuilding, but then they're trying to go after a franchise quarterback.
But what about we understand? Look, we understand the money part, but what about the relationship part? Do you think that plays a part in this? I mean, it could play a part with Brad Holmes getting Jared Goff in Detroit.
When they're 3-14, what's the relationship going to be like then? Is it going to be good still?
It's going to be a turmoil. You don't want to look bad as a turmoil being 3-14. You feel what I'm saying?
And Malik Willis, he could go somewhere else, a better situation. Like if I was him, I would have went to Arizona.
Well, they're going to be 3-14. It's because of their own doing. It has nothing to do with Malik Willis.
I'm not saying this on him, but the thing that's confusing to me is they know actively they're rebuilding, and why would you go pay for a quarterback and pay him $30 million when you know you're rebuilding?
Okay, time out. As a member of the NFC West,
why didn't they just do what the Jets did and say, "Hey, we'll go for Geno Smith and not a quarterback that we know that's not our future, and we're just going to take a shitty quarterback knowing we're rebuilding." The Dolphins are like halfway rebuilding, but not halfway rebuilding.
Yeah, are they? Yeah, but my question is, as a member of the NFC West, why the hell are all the teams Malik Willis could possibly go to? The Cardinals? I'd stay in Miami.
Because of Mike LaFleur.
But the Cardinals
I realize that, but
that division's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Cardinals have a lot closer than the Dolphins.
No,
the Cardinals have Trey McBride, James Conner, Tyler Algier. They got Michael Wilson came along last year.
Jordan, I watched the Cardinals choke every single year in their division.
Yeah, and when they choke, they don't have no talent to develop. It's time for them to develop some talent and get working and get going.
I think the Cardinals actually have.
Hang on. I take your point, fellas, but if I'm Willis, I'm staying in Miami. I'm not going to.
Guys, don't talk over.
I would go to Arizona. I think it's a better situation.
All right. So
I think
I'm going to give 3 names because lately Dylan, what do you want to say?
I was going to say, where do you guys have not Fernando Mendoza, but Ty Simpson going in 15?
Cardinals second round.
Easy. Cardinals second round. They're talking about taking him at 26.
Well, to the Cardinals.
You know what I mean.
Bills are picking at 26, chicken nugget.
Yeah, I get your point, but I'm like, wait a minute, second round?
Hot take. Hot take. Browns. Here's my hot take. Browns take them at 24.
No way. No way.
They take any quarterback besides Mendoza in the first round. That team is in self-destruction mode because I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't none of these quarterbacks worth the first round. Mendoza's barely worth a first round pick.
They're gonna piss you. They're doing it just to piss your door off.
But isn't Mendoza an absolute certainty to go first pick to the Raiders?
Yeah, he's going number one. Yeah, he has their playbook. He's going number one.
Just because somebody picks him to be number one doesn't mean they're a number one pick.
He's going to be
ask Pittsburgh about that. Ask Pittsburgh about Kenny Pickett.
Hang on.
Yeah, and Kenny Pickett turned out to be what?
A bum.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
Fernando Mendoza, I think, is already better right now than Kenny Pickett ever was.
Yeah, he's way better prospect. Kenny Pickett was never thought of.
Yeah, agreed.
And you got to think he was also.
Just remember that year when he got picked at number one. How many quarterbacks were projected to go in the number one in the first round? And Malik Willis was one of them. And that whole draft class was crappy, just like this one.
The best quarterback in that class was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows what Fernando Mendoza could be like? Who knows? Who knows? Really?
I think the
Pretty
kid's got a
good.
good
It's true.
hand on his shoulder.
Graphics are.
Come on,
He's
guys.
working
Hey,
with
one
Tom
at a
Brady
time.
on how to pat the ball. Brady knew how, which helps with the patting the ball helps you with getting a quick release. He's learning that from the GOAT. He looks like Tom Brady. He's a good-looking guy when you look at him, and he carries himself like Brady. So I think he'll be good.
Okay. Megan, you had your hand up.
I was just going to say.
I apologize, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Mendoza, fair point. Just because he's taken it, one does not mean he's won. I just don't see him going anywhere but the Raiders. Am I wrong?
No, but
No,
he's
you're
going to have Clint Kubiak as his coach.
That's
Well,
what I'm thinking.
She just asked, I don't see him going anywhere but pick one. And she's right. That's what's happening. The Raiders are taking them. They reworked
Look
their
at the
O-line.
kid. He looks like an NFL QB.
Jimmy.
They
Just
reworked
how
their
many
O-line.
women are going to
Come
buy
on,
his
man.
jersey?
Wait, I was talking and you interrupted me twice. Please. I'm trying to be patient. But you've been talking over everybody when they talk. They reworked their O-line. They reworked their defense to make that team better to pick Mendoza. And the only thing they need to do after that is get a couple wide receivers and maybe a couple more corners, and that team is ready.
It's done.
How many picks do the Raiders have this year?
I think they have 8 with the compensatory
so they
pick that they got, and they got their
Maybe
7
some
regular
out.
picks.
Yeah, so they could pretty much build again or
Yeah,
Continue building.
continue.
they still gotta build up their roster. They still have some holes.
Yeah.
I mean, you pick one for a reason.
Defense. But
Yes.
defense got a lot better. I'll put it that way.
Yes, we are. Just a couple weeks away.
I think
Vinny, in 2 weeks, I do my Mockapalooza. I would love you to be on here to represent the Packers. We do one mock draft with trades, one without.
Are you gonna do all 32 or?
Well, however many people we have in here, every team that's represented gets to pick theirs. If we want to pick I like leaving some of the computer ones in there. That way there's some trades offered. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you were gonna do like, hey, you get 3 teams, you get 3 teams, you get 3 teams.
I don't like doing that because then it takes too damn long because everybody wants to do
Yeah.
Just let me know. Send me a message on Facebook. We follow each other, Vinny.
JB, you could count me in as a lock. Probably.
Okay.
You doing that? You say you're doing that next week?
No.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight. The day before the
the
draft.
the day before that. Okay.
I'm in, JB. Remind me, but I'll be in.
Yep. I'll send you an email.
Vegas has 10 picks.
By then, we'll have a really good idea.
Okay. So they ended
who's
up
gonna-
with 3 compensatory picks on top of because they didn't really. Oh wait, they traded Jacoby Myers away. That's one of their picks that they got.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I think I got a third.
A 4th, 5th, and a
JB.
6th compensatory.
Yeah, I think they got a third for Jacoby Myers.
JB, just because I've got to bolt in about 15 minutes, are we doing the players we want? Would like
Yeah,
to
go
get?
ahead. Give me your list real quick.
Okay,
that
so
you
I've
would
got
want.
Pregnon. I really, really want him at 32. Dunker or Rutledge, Howe, Price or Lawrence. But we've only got 4, so the last 2 I'm not too worried about. But I really want Pregnon for Seattle. I really want Dunker or Rutledge, as I said, interchangeable, and maybe Howe. So yeah.
You don't want a running back?
Charbonnet's solid, dude.
Charbonnet's there. We do.
Charbonnet's not there. He tore his ACL in January.
Actually, he's just been taken off IR.
And he's not a running back one, but
No, but I was asked what I am aiming for in the draft, and that is what I'm aiming for. Yes, you're right, Jordan. We do need to cover K9.
Jordan.
Oh, sorry, Jordan. Yeah, we do need to cover K9, but I was asked who I would aim for, particularly with 32, because we don't pick till 32 and we only have 4 picks, unless some weird thing.
you guys only have 4 draft picks?
Yes.
Ooh, you guys might trade. You guys might trade down then. 4 picks is.
Yeah.
I don't see us losing 32.
That might be a
the
trade
only-
down. Then I don't know. You guys only have 4 picks.
That's something that I've seen where they either give up everything to move up in the first round and make their one pick and be done, or when it gets to 32, the player they want isn't there. When I'm watching the mocks that I do, because I've done 82 of them so far on my channel.
Yep.
That they'll trade back and amass picks between 3, 4, and 6.
I would almost do that if I was them. Because, I mean, player 25 and player 40, you're not really having a drop off in this draft.
Right.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, yes, I say I want those 4 players, but I would not be. I want 32. That's the only pick I absolutely want. But moving for future picks, John Schneider has done that. But he also is looking for best player for need and best player available. So
I would trade down if I was them.
I can say I will be pissed if we trade back 32 with an email because I am going to be up for 72 hours straight, gentlemen. And if I can sleep in and don't after having to be up, I am going to be pissed. So I want 32 to be a pick.
Does anybody on here actually watch the whole entire draft?
Me.
Same.
Because I do.
I do. I do.
Okay.
To answer your
Jordan,
question, we do
remember.
We do the
That shit's small.
So
okay. I remember the first year that I did this, before I met Will, before I met BA, when Chicken Nugget was around, and we all sat here on my podcast every day, you, Thomas, and a few others, and we watched the entire draft together. Remember that back when I had David Pike with me?
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
God bless you all for watching the entire draft because
that's so fucking
round 3 is.
She's getting ready to leave too, so let her finish her little talk, and then I'll get to you.
So so the draft starts here on Friday, so I will be up from Friday to Monday, no sleep. It's the only time I am grateful for insomnia. Will?
Yep. Okay. Now, Will, go ahead.
I wanted to name my guys before I left.
Okay.
This one's a reach. Okay, Francis Mauagawa.
That's not a reach. I doubt he gets to you.
Bud Clark, Peter Woods, Parnell Tate, and Kenyon Sadiq.
2 of those guys ain't getting to you.
Yeah, because you're picking after the Lions.
Jordan.
I know. Hey. Don't yell at him. He's being realistic. You won't get the Mauagawa.
I want RFL Reese, but I ain't getting him either, so.
Yeah.
The question should have been, who do you want that you have no chance in hell of getting? I think that's the best.
That's a good one. But it's okay. I get it. Because like me, I would love it if we got Avril Reese or Senny Styles at 17. But realistically, yeah. What happened, Patty? Tell us what happened in Arizona that made you go back to the hospital. Did your shoulder act up again?
I've got to go though, JB.
Hey, I love you, Will. No problem. Have a great night.
I'll tell you who I like.
Have a good night, Will. Take care.
I'll tell you who I actually like. I'll tell you who I actually like for the Lions. I actually like Gabe Akis for the Lions.
And I love him as my second round pick. I've been saying it all along because he's about the 44th to 52nd prospect, depending on what list you look at.
Maybe if I have any off days coming up, I'll let you know, and you let me know if you want me on at noon.
He just seems like a Dan Campbell edge guy.
Good night, guys.
Take care, Will.
And you know what I like about him is that he got that lift. He got that power to him.
Yeah. And he get a steal from Chicago's backyard in Illinois.
Megan.
He's here.
Hey, Megan.
He's there. Just for you, buddy.
Hang on. Sorry, Will. Yes, bud.
Will's gone.
Oh, no. I heard someone say my name. I thought it was Will.
Me. I said.
Oh, sorry.
What did you
Dylan.
say,
I'm
Dylan?
You should. Let me tell you this, Megan. How much caffeine do you drink? Because that might be part of your problem with insomnia.
No,
Yeah,
my problem
20
is I only have 1 shot a day. My problem with insomnia is that I was in and out of hospital quite a lot as a child and never developed sleep patterns.
I'm going
And
to
my
say
father.
for the Lions, 22 and 23 was probably 2 of our best drafts, because in 22 we got Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams in the first round. We didn't really have a second round pick that year, and because we traded up. And then in 23 was when we got Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch in back-to-back rounds. That's a haul.
But the best value pick you guys got was Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round.
That was 2021.
Yeah.
How long's Amon, the Sun God, the USC God, been playing for you guys?
5 years. It'll be 5 years this year.
No, okay, 5 years. I thought it was 4, so yeah.
He just finished his 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this is
right.
the first year of his new contract. That's why
I was gonna
everybody said, "Oh, they should restructure him."
There's rumors about Laporta true.
What's that?
That they're trying to like move on from him.
No.
Okay.
We picked up Conklin because Brock Wright, we don't know if he's going to be back after that trachea injury. We've heard nothing about him.
Do you think they're moving Sewell to left tackle?
But on that note, I've heard a lot of rumors about Laporta being moved from Lions sources.
Haven't?
So I have.
Yeah, I've seen some.
They've heard of them. Yeah, there's been a lot, and they've had talks with Washington about getting Laporta, because you remember, their tight end has retired, so they don't have a starter.
Yeah, Zach Ertz.
Yep. Zach Ertz.
Oh, Ertz is retired. Okay, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, Ertz retired right after the season because they had that awful season last year.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know if we do move on, because, like I said, he won't even be ready. It could end up being one of those trade things like we just saw with Baltimore. They all know he has a back injury. He gets there, doesn't pass the physical, and says, ship him back. I want our pick. Yeah.
I mean, that's an anomaly, though. I think that Laporta. I think that the Lions. I think that for every base of a team, you need to pay 5 players on offense and 5 players on defense. Unfortunately, Laporta is going to be the odd man out because they're playing JMO. So they ain't gonna have enough money for Laporta. Laporta is gonna have to. He's just gonna be one of those guys that gets, unfortunate.
Would Laporta take a cut?
Oh, he doesn't have to take a cut because he's still on his rookie contract, and he was a second-round pick.
I mean, worst case scenario, Dan Campbell could suit up for a couple plays.
There you
go. Well, Vinny, we did beat up the Bears for you last season. It didn't help. You guys lost.
Yeah, slight thing there, Vinny. You have to win when they beat up your team for you, brother.
And one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, they're definitely looking at trying to extend Brian Branch.
Yeah. Well, I think that's on hold right now, too, until he comes back and plays a few games. Because you remember, we waited for Aiden to play 6 weeks before he got his extension after his injury. And I think it's going to be along the same for him. If Laporta comes back early and looks good in the offseason, because I don't think we're going to move him before the draft. I really don't. I think it's going to end up being more down the road if he doesn't look good after he returns, because it was a herniated disc. It wasn't a degenerative disc disease like it was falsely reported last year. He just had to have some fluid removed. It wasn't the spinal tap to fuse it and all that shit. We got told so much misinformation at the time on what he actually had for back surgery that it blew out of proportion real quick. And he's supposedly supposed to be ready by training camp. What I'm saying is they may let him play, and if he comes back and looks to form like he did the year before the injury, hey, it might be all right. Might keep him. But if he comes back and he's not performing to snuff or anything like that, and Tyler Conklin takes over the starting job, I bet you he's a trade deadline move.
Is this the first year of Hutchinson's new deal too?
No, this is his 5th year option.
Okay.
He's still on his 5th year option, so it's only like $10 million. J-Mo's is like $8 million. It's still cheap to have them on the roster right now.
Yeah, I knew he was
Yes,
close.
very much so.
And what have you guys extended Jack Campbell yet?
No, that's the one that'll probably be done first out of all 4 of them.
Okay.
They're definitely going to be doing. Yeah, he's going to be one of the guys.
They're going to give their 5th-year option first. That way they can take longer to do that one.
Because this is year 4 for him?
Sure.
Yep.
No, never ever.
Yeah, he laughed at himself.
I really think they're going to do the Jahmyr Gibbs what they did for Aiden Hutchinson, though, just in a different form. I think that if Jahmyr Gibbs is getting most of the carries this year with a newly formed offensive line, got to see how his numbers are. And that's when they're going to base their salary on, or if they're going to even re-sign him. Because, truth to be formed, they can move on from Jahmyr Gibbs. I know nobody wants to hear that, but, you're going to pay him a whole heck of a lot of money. You got Bijan Robinson also getting paid. So
right. And they could actually do it the smart way, like I said all along. They could sit there and say, hey, he's our bell cow back now that Monty's gone. Everybody else is like options B, C, and D. We could sit there and just run them to death, franchise tag them, give them top 3 number on the exclusive tag where nobody can trade for him or anything unless it's on our terms. And then the next year, go ahead and transition tag and say, okay, fine, offer him more money, but you're going to give us draft compensation anyways.
Who else is in that backfield now?
We got Isaiah Pacheco, Sione Vaki,
right.
and Jacob Sailors.
I forgot you guys did sign Pacheco.
And we got Pacheco dirt cheap because he has an injury history.
Yeah.
And I think Pacheco might turn out to be a beast this year, for sure.
Don't
picks up
care
the load.
about whoever that is.
But that's the thing. He's not going to pick up the load.
Do you think?
He's a 70? He's going to be like a 70-30 running back, 80-20 running back because Jahmyr Gibbs is taking the load. That's exactly what they planned on doing. So
do you guys think there's a chance that the Lions bring a 2 running back set with that formation a lot, like with Pacheco and Gibbs?
I think they could because
that's a lot of speed at that position.
One of them has to learn how to block. That's all I got to say. Both of them don't block very well in the passing game. So it's if they do that 2 running back set, it's going to be a run. You just don't know who's getting the ball.
Well, I'm saying you could do passes off of it too because they're both good at route running out of the backfield.
Lions really go to that. They go to a 2-back set anyway. They rarely ever do it if they ever do it at all. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
I think
they might because of the offensive coordinator they have.
Yeah,
because
especially
if they in Arizona, but
I was gonna say, especially if they were going to trade Laporta, I could see that happen.
Yeah, they need somebody to block.
Because then you just do the 2 receiver, 2 back set with a blocking tight end.
Okay, top 5 wide receiver rooms. I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw the Lions, the Vikings,
the Cowboys.
The Cowboys with CD and Pickens, the Rams with Luka and Adams, and then the Bengals. I think that's your top 5 right there. Do you agree with that, Jordan?
Yeah. Did you say Vikings?
Yeah. I said Vikings.
Yeah, I think they're up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings. You said Vikings, Cowboys, Lions, Bengals. Who else?
Rams.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
And if Mike Evans works out in San Francisco, then you can. Yes, I did say Rams. If Mike Evans works out in San Francisco, they could take over any one of us.
Who's other receivers though? Pearsall, and
they're keeping Ayuk now.
Christian Kirk is also on it.
Christian Kirk.
Yeah, they announced they're keeping.
No, they announced they were keeping Ayuk. Ayuk might be done. He might be done.
I think he's done, but. Be interested playing him in the division again this year.
Trying to think who else might be in that consideration.
Bengals at Wanyinza. Who are the Bengals? Wide receivers.
I mean, I agree.
Bengals got Chase and Higgins.
The top 5, I definitely agree with it.
That might be the top 5. I'm just trying to think who else has like a good receiving core.
No, but Higgins and Chase are dogs, dude.
Yeah, I got Bengals.
Yeah.
in there.
Straight studs.
I said it.
Yeah.
And I think 6 through 10 you could throw in the Steelers possibly with who they added to be opposite Metcalf. You got the 49ers room is in that lock.
I think I'd take the Seahawks over the Niners.
If Seattle adds a wide receiver to that room to make it more than just JSN and Jake Bobo, yes.
I think Shaheed will have a better year though.
Shaheed's going to go off this year.
Yeah, I think he'll have a better year.
And if the Bills add the right wide receiver to that room,
I think Chargers. Do Chargers still got Keenan Allen?
No, Keenan Allen retired this year.
Okay, because I would say they're up there.
Who have the Bills got? Remind me, Jamie. Who have
they just got DJ Moore and Shakir, and
and Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman's still hanging around like Nikhil Harry for a few years.
Okay. Yep. All right, guys, I've got to dip.
I know.
Because it's getting close to my brother ringing me saying, "Get outside. We're waiting for you outside." So, yeah.
Who has the worst receiving core? The Giants?
Jets? Come on. Patriots?
Take care, Megan.
Jets actually have a pretty good receiver.
They got Garrett Wilson, so it helps.
Yeah.
But it's just like the Giants, though. They got Malik Neighbors and then nobody.
All right, Megan. Have a good day, love.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Megan.
Have a great night.
My nephew. Take care.
Good day, Mike.
Chiefs actually might have one. Chiefs actually might have one of the worst.
Yeah, the Chiefs wide receiver room is almost as bad as their secondary.
The only one I think that's worse than the Chiefs might be the Ravens.
The Chiefs.
I'm going to move everybody up top.
I think that you're kind of overcompensating the Jets. I mean, the Chiefs. They got good receivers. They got to stay out of trouble. That's what they got to do.
Rasheed Rice is good, but outside of that,
they got really good receivers.
Worthy can run a 4-1, but can't get open.
Let's just say that the Chiefs are definitely going to be long forgotten when it comes to their wide receiver core.
I got a theory on the Chiefs this year. I got a big theory on them. I think I got a hot take. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is playing this year.
Oh, he won't. He won't.
I think
he will not suit up this year.
They got Xavier Worthy.
I think that's why they signed Kenneth Walker and traded for Fields.
Tyquan Thornton. They got Rasheed
Tyquan Thornton. Come on now. He was on my team. I know how bad that guy is.
Okay.
They got. I mean, the other couple of receivers they got ain't that great. They got Nico Remigio. Well, who the hell is he?
Now they drafted him. I think Baltimore's bad because it's Zay Flowers and nobody. Bateman's, I think they're number 2.
Jason Brownlee and Andrew Armstrong. I mean, they have you got the first 3 right there, and Rasheed, Tyquan, and Xavier. I mean, how many years does Tyquan? 3 years, 2 years or 4 years for Rasheed. 3. This is his 4th year for Xavier Worthy. You never know. They make it happen.
There
sometimes.
he is. Nuggets back. All right, Chris Collinsworth.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh. Yeah. Now here's the guy.
Actually, if we're being technical, technically the Raiders are the worst because right now their number 1 is Jalen Naylor.
Hey, nothing surprises me about Chris
number
Collins.
1 is Bowers. That's their number 1 receiver.
But he's a tight end. I'm talking about actual wide receiver.
He's like, man, he's made all their offensive plays for him. So there you go.
Like, come on, man. Like, Chris Collinsworth is such a man crush. Like, he literally man crushes on Patrick Mahomes every single game. Like, that's his whole man crush.
No, he man crushes on whoever is good at the time. He does the same shit with Josh Allen. He did the thing with Drake May last year.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's good is who he'll. It's just like Tony Romo does the same shit.
Somebody just needs to get him off the air. That's what they need to do. So I can say, here's a guy that got Collinsworth off the air.
You know, here's the guy.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Tony Romo and Collinsworth together calling a game? How bad it would be.
I'm muting it.
Is it stupid? No, I'd say he's at least the top 3 wide receiver this draft. I got Mekhi Lemon in that group. There's one other one that I can't think of right now. But yeah, for the Browns, Jerry, who?
Jordan Tyson is that you got?
Yeah, that's the other one. I think those 3 are the top guys, no matter how you look at it. Carnell Tate could be 1, 2, or 3. Lemon could be 1, 2, or 3, or the guy he said could be 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter. It depends on your preference and what skill set you want. But there's plenty of guys that you could take later, bigger guys that are just as fast as them.
Well, Carnell Tate ain't fast, dog.
Yeah, Carnell Tate wasn't that fast, was he?
I think he ran like a 4.6.
Yeah, but he's deceptively fast because on the field with the ball in his hand, he looks faster. Like Amon-Ra, nobody expected him to look fast when he ran a 4.57 that year. And he comes on the field and he looks like a 4.4 guy. So on the field,
the problem with the draft, the problem with this whole situation is you don't run like that every play. First of all, second of all. You have to have skill. You have to have good route running, and that's what makes Amon separated from everybody else because he's a great route runner. That's why Keenan lasted as long as he did.
That's when people. That's why people when they say they're fast, I'm like fast and. There's no fast. It's fast and. They have to have an and with that fast. Like John Ross was fast, but there was no and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and great hand coordination too. It's not just about having the speed; it's hand coordination when you're playing.
Nelson Aguilar was fast, but couldn't catch the damn ball
at all.
One of the teams that's underrated as far as the receiving core is the Denver Broncos. They got Jalen Waddle, Cortland Sutherland, and Marvin Mims. That's pretty good receiving core right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably I'd say they're running back away from being a complete offense.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how they feel about Evan Ingram at tight end.
Like Adam Pac-Man says to his strippers there, right?
I couldn't believe the Texans picked up Stroud's 5th-year option today.
I mean, it's the Texans. What do you expect? You know?
Well, they picked up his 5th-year option. I think they're just trying to give him one more year to see if he can prove himself. And if he can't, he's gone.
Yep.
Yeah,
but the playoffs are just.
Yeah, but I thought they would just let this year ride out, and if he's not good, then see ya.
Mm-hmm. Definitely tradable.
Yeah, and the Broncos are another one with a wide receiver room that's iffy on in the top 15. It's not quite top 10. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Because of Cortland Sutton. Because
we got to see what they are.
Right.
I think the thing is you don't know what they are because with Jalen Waddle, they just got him, so you don't know what they're going to be with that. But I mean, solidified 5s are the ones that you mentioned. So that because we know what they are.
I'll tell you who's actually I would say they're sneaky better, but they were better probably last year. Is the Colts, but they don't have Pittman anymore.
The Colts were way better, but now that they lost Pittman and down to Pierce,
I was going to say down.
I want to see if Pierce has that Juju Smith-Schuster fall off like when Antonio Brown left the Steelers, because he's a great 2 that looks like a 1 when everything's going right, but without that guy to take the double teams off of him, will he still stand out?
Well, here's another example. We're about to find out this year, even though he's a little older, Chris Godwin.
Exactly. I knew you were going there, but he's still got a Buka, so he does have a number 1 with him.
He's not Mike Evans.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
but he's still a good, productive wide receiver.
Damn good as a rookie.
When healthy.
The thing I didn't like about Ibuka was the fact that he faded in the end of the season.
That's what I was waiting for somebody to say. Did you watch him at the end of the year? He started out good.
The year he sucked. He was towards a lot of passes.
From like week 9 on, he was not good.
Yeah. And just think if they make him a number 1, because Godwin ain't going to make a number. I just don't see Godwin being a number one.
Yeah.
But if they make Ibuka a number one, that's going to be more pressure on him. Just think he was taking over that role when Mike Evans was hurt, and he wasn't doing very good near the end of the season. So
that's why I could see that. I could see Tampa Bay low key taking one of these receivers.
Well, we're about ready to end it anyways. We have gone over the hour. We covered the topics pretty much. So BA at 17. If I'm going to show you two different drafts because things fell a certain way. You know what I mean? That I've done this week. Oh, I only got the one up here. This is the way this one fell. I ended up with Caden Proctor at 17. And you look, it did give him an A grade because now PFSN is even grading your drafts. I did end up with Gabe Akis in the second round, then Julian Neal, then Zane Durant, Aiden Fisher. I took Trey Zoom because it said we needed a guard, and he's played 2 years at guard, only 1 year at center. Kendall Daniels, Tanner Koziol, the tight end out of Houston, Ephesians Prysock, the big corner late out of Washington, and then, of course, I took my 6'5", 240-pound sleeper quarterback for the last pick. What do you think of that draft?
It's good. It's all right. I mean, that's the thing about mock drafts. It goes whatever which way. I mean, nobody asked me about what I thought was who we're gonna be picking.
So who do you think we're picking at 17?
I think that these are the needs that I think the Lions have. Well, I agree with you with the left tackle and the edge rusher. We do need them. I think Blake Miller from Clemson for a tackle. Period. Blake Miller from Clemson is good. Caden Proctor is good. Monroe Freeling is good for Georgia, and Caleb Lumo for Utah. Those are the tackles that I'm looking at. And then
the outlier at tackle for me is that Max Ahinakor.
And edge rusher, I'm going with either Keem Mesidor or Keldrick Falk. So. And you know what, Jordan, you brought up a good point that Gabe Jackus from Illinois. Yeah, that dude he would be good. And that's why I think that, see, this is what's weird about the Lions. They've gotten a lot of offensive linemen in the offseason, and it kind of tells me that they have a choice. I think they are going to try to get an edge rusher in this draft, but they have a choice. Either they're going to add on to the offensive line, or they're going to take an edge rusher. I don't see them going to any really other position at that moment. And I wouldn't be surprised if they traded up, because sometimes Brad Holmes will trade up if he thinks he can get one of those high-toting defensive ends or edges. He'll go for it, especially if somebody they like.
So let me ask you guys this: if Ruben Bain falls around the 10th pick, would you trade up for him? Ruben Bain.
Hell yeah.
I actually, here's the crazy thing. I've actually seen where Ruben Bain is falling on the ESPN big board on one of them.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Teams have him at the top of the draft, like falling because of short arms or whatever. Right. But
I know you guys look at ESPN, but I keep NFLDraftBuzz.com, and he's still at the top. Caleb is the number 1. Jeremiah Love is number 2, and Ruben Baines is number 3. So
I didn't look at draft boards. I just seen a report that said like the teams who were in the top of the draft were not going to consider Bain because of his short arms.
Right.
I don't know if that's clickbait and how like that's trying to get other teams to like trade up or.
But he's got short arms. Remember, they keep saying he's got short arms, and he's like a T-Rex. But
I'm watch the film though.
Right.
I know.
The dude
But I'm going to say this. You can't. Ruben Bain wouldn't have been as good without Mesidor on the other side. And you can say the same thing for Mesidor with Bain. They were that good together that it freed each other up at different points of games.
Now, in college, to me, that's kind of irrelevant. In football, in pro football, that might be fine. But in college,
I think it's harder to be a great. I think it's harder to be a great pass rusher in college because these teams run these RPOs and screens. That's why, everybody's like, this guy didn't have sacks. I'm like, yeah, because the other team threw screens 70% of the time. That's just college's offenses. You don't got a lot of time to sack a quarterback because it's RPO and screens, and they're not doing NFL pro offense.
Right. That's right, Rob Dizzle. His name is T-Rex.
But if you guys got him, you guys might have the best edge duo in the league if you got Bain and Hutch.
And again, that depends on what he brings to the NFL too. I mean, with a draft pick, you don't know. I mean, he could be great in college, but then transferring it to the NFL is a whole different thing. And that's why I don't really. I mean, I pay attention to the draft, but I don't pay attention to the draft because you usually find out about these guys. If they're going to be great, they're going to be great the first year. If they're going to take time to develop, it's usually about 3 years, and you find out what you got. But I mean, it would be good. I would take them.
I just wondered now that you said that about trade up. I was like thinking like, hey, what if Bain does really fall to like, I don't know, pick. You guys are at 17, so like pick 10, pick 11. And he's there. Would you go up and get him?
And this is why and there's still trade rumors, JB. They're not anything that's actual, but people have been talking about Laporta going to Washington for the 7th pick. If that's an option for the Lions to do, then they can trade picks, and Washington will get their 17th and they'll get their 7th, and they can probably be closer to getting Baines at that point if they feel that that's the guy.
Right. Or they could go in the other way because at 7. A lot of people that's where they have the first tackle going off the board too.
That too.
So, Mauagawa, because it's Mauagawa and Ione are the two best linemen.
Is corner not a good need for you guys?
It's not as big as everybody thinks.
Okay.
Well, that's because we got 500 damn corners. That's why.
Right. Well,
but are they good? Are they good?
Well, Terrion Arnold after week 4 was a totally different guy until he got hurt. We saw him develop in season. DJ Reed, we don't know what we got with him because prior to his injury, he was great. After his injury, he was dog shit. So let's see what he looks like after another offseason. We re-signed Rock Ya-Sin, who played really well on the outside and at the nickel. Yeah. We brought back Matt.
We still got Enos Rakestraw, too, that we don't know what's going to happen with him.
Nobody knows what he is. Nobody knows what he is because he has yet to take an NFL snap.
Didn't you guys lose didn't one of your corners go to Washington, I think?
Yeah, Meek Robinson.
That's
what I thought. That's why I asked, because I was like, I thought you guys lost one of your corners.
Basically, the people we lost was everybody 30 and up. If you look at who we let walk out the door, it was everybody 30 and up. We got younger. That's what we did overall. Is DJ Wanham going to be as productive as AQM? Who knows? He's been more productive in less games than AQM has, and AQM, most of his production came last season. So, but that might have been the benefit of playing as the opposite Hutchinson. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sold on that one, but I think that we do got a solid corner. We do got a solid corners, but Terrion Arnold is still a question mark. We still have a question mark with Enos Rakestraw, which is funny because both of them were picked 1 and 2, basically. A couple of years ago at the Detroit draft, and then we got Nick Whiteside, who probably can outplay most of these corners on his roster right now.
He
Nick
actually
Whiteside
outplayed Reed last year. He outplayed Reed last year. Him and Rock Ya-Sin. Because when Reed went off the field and it was Ya-Sin and Whiteside out there, Whiteside got the pick. I remember that.
Does Detroit draft the Michigan guy this year?
I don't know why we don't. The only Michigan guy we've really drafted lately has been Aiden Hutchinson. That's it.
Because it seemed like every year they got at least 2 or 3 guys on defense.
But we pick them up in UDFAs, the ones that's available after the draft, the ones that didn't get drafted. And some of them make the team, some of them don't. We usually pick the guy from small schools that don't get drafted out of Michigan, like Trevor Nowaski. We picked him up. Avante Maddox is actually from Detroit.
Oh, really?
People don't even realize that. He grew up here.
He's on Devontae Maddox, the Eagles forward corner?
Yeah, our safety, Avante Maddox. Yeah.
I didn't know he played for you guys.
There's only one Michigan player on our roster right now, and that's Aiden
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And then you got to remember our tight end is also from Michigan.
Yeah, because every year I'm like, you guys Every year they have
from
freaking
Michigan, but he's from Central Michigan. But he lived in
Tyler
Chesterfield, as a
Conklin.
matter of
Yeah.
fact.
yeah, because they have a couple of guys this year that are going to draft like second round on their front 7.
Man,
Yeah.
if the Lions were focusing on getting players from Detroit, we'd have a bomb-ass team, because there's a lot of players from the city of Detroit that are really good in the NFL.
Sauce Gardner,
But
Quinyon Mitchell.
Isn't I was going to say isn't running back for Chiefs? Isn't he from Detroit?
Kareem Hunt.
Who?
No, the one that was at Seattle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, he went to Michigan
Canine.
State.
But I think
he
he's
was
from Detroit.
He's from Detroit,
Yeah.
I believe.
I thought he was.
Let's put it this way: the best 2 cities in the country for players in the NFL is Bradenton, Florida, and Detroit, Michigan. That's the best 2 cities in the nation. And the crazy thing is, the one that nobody talks about is Jersey City. Jersey City is in the top 5 in Jersey, and nobody realizes it.
Yeah, everybody just thinks all the talent's in California and Texas.
And then, and also in the top 10 is Syracuse, the actual city, not the college.
I was going to say, when was the last time Syracuse put out a good player?
We have Fran Brown as coach, though.
Well, I want to say thank you, everybody. Chicken Nugget, shout out your channel since they're watching at home in case they've commented.
Hey, yo, this is yours truly, Chicken Nugget King 313. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at CNK313 Sports. Follow me at Chicken Nugget King 313. I do sports talk every day, all day, and I'm on LionsNationUnite.com. Basically on Lions Nation Unite. You can go out there and get our gear right now at LionsNationUnite.com. Sweaters, t-shirts, hats, you name it. It's all Lions related, all for you. And basically gonna be one pride, swagger to the fullest. And you can even catch me here on the NFL Roundtable Talks to be exact. And go out there and subscribe to the Kid Chicken Nugget King on YouTube right about now with 374 subscribers. So yeah, you know what to do. Holla back at the boy.
All right. Jordan, shout out your channel. You still got yours going? Or you just getting started again?
I'm probably going to start back up soon, but you can follow me on Facebook, Jordan G Dub. And then I'm going to start coming on here every Wednesday. So
awesome. BA, shout out yours. You know why I make Jamie go last.
I'm the producer of the McGrath Network podcast network, and we have a lot of shows on there from anywhere from the Unprofessional Professional Sports Show, which is kind of funny. That's on that Wednesday, just before this show actually. And then we have legal. We have a movie show on there. We have a legal show on there. So we got a lot of stuff going on that's just not sports related as well. But we got a lot of sports shows on here. So tune into that. That's the McGrath Podcast Network, MPN, on YouTube. Just sign up and look at it. Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm Jamie Malloy. You guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X. Fansided.com/Buffalo-Down and thefortball.com, where I write about all sports. You guys can also check me out on every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Driving to the Top Productions, where Joe Dalio and I do the Subway Conversation Chat. We just did episode 3 of season 3, so you can check that out. And every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. on Driving to the Top Productions, we do open sports mic with Jeremy, Adam, and all the guys there and Driving to the Huddle, Driving to the Top Productions. And then here on the Huddle Sports Network / KCB Sports Network, every Wednesday night, Jeremy B and our crew talk NFL Roundtable news, NFL Roundtable Talks. And then on Saturdays at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, we do baseball roundtable talks here on the Huddle Sports Network / KCB Sports Network. Thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and ring the bell for all notifications for more content, NFL and MLB news on the Huddle Sports Network and KCB Sports. You can find us on Amazon TV, Roku TV, Facebook, and YouTube. And from all of us here at the KCB Sports Network and the Huddle Sports Network, I'm Jamie Malloy, and this has been another episode of Wednesday Night NFL Roundtable Talks. We'll see you next Wednesday, everybody, and I'll see you this Saturday for on this same network for the MLB Roundtable Talks. Good night, everybody.
And as always, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat, and we are
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.